Here is another crazy idea from me, and I'm not scared to have crazy ideas, but because I measure and filter everything through the subconscious, maybe I do this even unconsciously. I look for the confirmation, anything that affirms and confirms my subconscious reality. And even the different things that we believe, even this concept about left-hand path, right-hand path, or you talking to the Zeta Reticuli colony in the universe, everything that we gravitate towards, every belief, every experience, is driven by our subconscious trauma. So, in your case, you are feeling safe in knowing that your Zeta family out in the stars is there to support you, which is fine. In my case, because I have lived under the umbrella of the right-hand path, of not having any individuation, of not having been able to make my own choices until I was 47 years old and my mom died, and then suddenly I had to do it. I had to do everything on my own. I now gravitate toward individualism. The empowered human, the empowered individual, because of the way trauma shaped me, which is also correct. We gravitate toward beliefs and experiences that support our trauma-shaped psyche. And so that's why I'm very, very different from you, and very different from others. We're all individually seeking for something that confirms us at a subconscious level. So they're all true. They're not fairy tales, but they're all driven by the trauma that we hold in our subconscious mind.
So what am I trying to say with all of this? Boy, this goes now way under the surface, way into quantum, and into the subconscious soul. What I'm essentially saying is that our soul, our psyche, makes this stuff up, literally creates it. And this would be in line with the double slit experiment of focusing on the photons. And the photons only take shape when the observer observes it. If you transpose this now inside of your brain, inside of your conscious field, let's use the eyeballs as the example. Your eyeballs are the projectors. Your psyche, your subconscious, is filled with trauma that predisposes you to what kind of an environment you need to feel safe and affirmed. So, like I said in the example when speaking to my friend, she experiences the memory of trauma in her subconscious that requires her to have a star family that gives her the safety net for the reality that she is experiencing at an unconscious level. So therefore, quantumly, guided by this trauma, her projector is looking for this safety net in the unconscious realm and creates the Zeta Reticuli colony. We have no proof. We can't bring any of that proof into the manifested world. But this is all creation within the realm of our conscious and unconscious mind. This is how the entire world came into being. God thinking it into being. That's why it's so incredible. Our feelings and our thoughts create worlds. And so it's quite possible that you created the Zeta Reticuli colony first in your mind, and potentially that might manifest in physicality. And me, on the other hand, like I said, I was living under the overprotection of the colony, right, of the religion, the beliefs of the religion, to such an extent that I did not have any individuation. And so my trauma requires for me to reclaim my human self, my individuated self. And that is why my messages focus so strongly on self-empowerment, on I am the source of my being, right? Not I didn't come from a star family, because my trauma is different. It asks for, it demands a different focus. That doesn't mean I am right and you're wrong, or you're right and I am wrong. It just means that our conscious and subconscious mind create our individual worlds and what is important to us to help us support ourselves around the trauma that we have experienced. And so that's why we as humans all believe different things, but these beliefs are totally trauma driven. That's what I believe, and that's what I kind of feel, at least about my own beliefs. Because I never had individuation for 47 years of my life. I had to emerge now into knowing myself truly as an individual, not as a star, not as a member of a star colony, not as a member of the collective. It's very important for me to form and shape myself as an individual, as the source, right? Not as a sub-member of a collective. So I'm not saying that if you believe in star families and all that is false. That is just the reality that you require to handle your subconscious trauma. And my reality, my trauma, demands that I believe in the individuated path to empower what before was so weak and non-existent. Does that make sense? Does that help? I hope so. So this is how I understand it, and this is how I see us all creating our own belief systems. It's not that we are ever going to be without beliefs, because I think our subconscious just demands that we conform ourselves around ideas that support us the most.